Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Go on Guitar. A little bit different here from French, I believe, French-speaking artist here, Pierre Garnier. I think that's his name, with Pokora. This song is called Chaque seconde. Okay, so French is not my first language, obviously, but I think that translates into every second. And I just fell for this cool melody going on there with the guitar. So we're going to look at that and also see how to combine it with a strumming pattern. And it goes like this from the beginning till the very end. We love that pattern. So let's dive into this one, every second song. All right, so we're going to start with the setup here. The capo is put there on the 6th fret. All right, so with that, we have the easiest chords possible for this song. So let's go over the chords, capo on 6, and we're going to start with the A minor. All right, so A minor goes open A, second D, second G, first B, and open E. Then we have a GB chord, that's kind of a transition chord. So you have second on A, open D, open G, third B, and open E. Next is C. So that goes third on A, second on D, open G, first B, and open E. We have E minor, also very short-lived here in this chord progression. So that will be open E, second A, second D, open G, open B, and open E. Then we have the F. That's a bar chord. So you play the bar on the 1st fret and you cover all strings there with the index finger. And then you need to add third on A, third on D, and second on G. And speaking of G, that's the final chord. And it goes third on E, second on A, open D, open G, third B, and third E. All right, and the order we went through the chords, that's the order and how you're gonna play and switch. That's the chord progression: A minor, G, B, C, E minor, F, and G. All right, so we're gonna look at the melody here. I think that is the more important parts if you combine that to the strumming. So we have this melody, you're gonna go chord by chord, starting with A minor, and you're gonna play, and perhaps this last note if you want to. There are notes in the background, very, very far in the background, that could be heard sometimes not, I believe. So we have that note as an optional note, but the first kick is very important, and it's the open A together with first B. So these two notes, open A and first B, and like it's very often, and in this case as well, if you can pick more notes from the actual chord from this A minor, and that will be almost every time better, because it gives more depth and more flesh to it, so to speak. So I can play all strings there from the A minor chord, so that means the D, the G string, as well as the supportive notes. Okay, but the bass note and the first fret B string, these are the most important. Okay, so anyway, one kick there, and then I had this second G string as an optional note in the background there. So okay, and that's A minor. Over to the GB. Now it's just one kick, and again the same principle here. You have the bass note, the 2nd fret A string, together with third B. So these two together, but I actually pick the strings in between as well, the D and G, to give more sound to it. So okay, so that's the GB part. Over now to C, and it goes like this. So that is again the same principle here, the bass note and the melody note. In this case, you have the 3rd fret A string as the bass, and you play that together with open high E. But again, I pick more strings than just that. I probably get the G and the B string as well from the actual chord, from the C. So I kick all of these together. Okay, and then I continue. And that is to play open G, first B, open G, and open high E. So I just hold the chord as it is and pick from that chord. So far we learned like this. Okay, and now over to the E minor, and that's just one kick. And the important now is the open E string in the bass, that's the bass note, with the open G string. But again, I incorporate, I believe, at least the D string here as well from the actual chord. That will be the second D string. You only have that kick for E minor. Then over now to the F chord. And what I do here to get the melody here, when I play strumming later, I will hold the full chord as it is, but not for this melody, because we want the high open E string down there, so you cannot bar it, okay? So what I do here, I take this grip, okay? So that will be to get the index finger on the first fret E string in the bass, then the ring finger on the second fret G, okay? And then my mid finger on the first fret B, okay? So you really have to turn your wrist a little bit outwards like this to really get room for all the fingers there if you are built like I am, okay? So anyway, I'm gonna play like this. Okay, so that's the first kick now. That's the first E string in the bass together with second G. And now I actually play just these two strings, because I'm not holding the full chord now, so I don't want to make anything outside of the actual chord, okay? So first E together with second G, and then you continue with this part. Okay, so that is to play second G, first B, second G, open high E, second G, first B, then second G, first B, and second G. So you see it's a lot of alternating there between second G and first B. So again, slowly it goes like this. Okay, and now the final parts, the G, and it goes like this. And that is to play the third fret E string in the bass together with open B. And I probably get the open G as well to have the supportive note, but yeah, these two notes are the important ones. So once I play that, I hammer on the third fret B string. So I'm not picking that. I'm just hammer it on with my little pinky on the third fret B string, and I pull off to get back to the open B string. So I'm not playing these with my picking hand, I'm just picking the first two notes, the third E and open B, and I let my little finger there work the rest there, third B and open B. All right, and that open B is the last note of this melody. All right, so I'm gonna take you through this one round slowly, and then somewhat of a standard tempo in the next round. Let's go. All right, and in standard, just a bit faster, it goes like this. Alright, I just had to go on there because I slipped on one note there on the F chord, so I had to get some redemption there. So anyway, I played a couple of rounds for you. So that's how you handle the melody. Alright, now into the strumming. So we have one strumming pattern. I think it's nice if we can get through this, learn this first, but then we will Anyway, chop it up a little bit, but I think you will better understand it when we get the full picture of the full strumming pattern first, all right? So what we can do here is to go to the first chord, the A minor, and we have a strumming pattern that is divided into basic parts, but we will chop it off even more later. You will understand, but anyway, grab the A minor, the first chord, and one full round goes down, up, clap, up, down, up. All right, like this. The first half is the down, up, clap. That's the first half. So, okay, so down, up, clap, and the second part will be up, down, up. So if you put these two parts together, it will be down, up, clap, up, down, up. And a couple of rounds will be all right. So we are ready now, and we're gonna start with A minor, and you're gonna play the part 1 for A minor. So down, up, clap. Okay. Then you're gonna go to GB. And if you see the GB and C together, they will split on part 2. So the GB chord will play up, down, and the C will play the final up, okay? So you will land on the up. So the GB, up, down, and then now C, up. Okay, so we can stop there. So far we've finished one full strumming round. Down, up, clap. For A minor, part 1, and then GB and C the split on part 2, up, down on GB, and then up on C. That's one full strumming round. So like this slowly. Now we finished one, but you're gonna stay with the C and play another part 1, down, up, clap, and then you have finished the C. So if you're gonna play till the C, it will be like this. Okay, and now we will have the same principle, but now we're gonna go to E minor and play the up, down in the same way as we play the GB. That's transition chords, and then you're gonna land on the F on the final up in the second strumming round, so to speak. So E minor, up, down, and then on F, up. Okay, so we're gonna include till the F now. I'm gonna play from the beginning, A minor. Okay, so far we finished 2 full strumming rounds, and we are in the F, and we're gonna stay with F now. Now the F is the longest part of this chord progression. You're gonna stay with F after you play the final up there, and you're gonna continue to play one full strumming round. That means part 1 and part 2, down, up, clap, up, down, up, plus part 1, down, up, clap. Okay? So you're gonna stay with F and gonna play one full round plus part 1, and then you go to the final chord G and just play the part 2, up, down, up. And you finish the strumming there. And that's the end of it. So I'm gonna take you through this very slowly one round. So you're gonna see how the chord switches are and when. So let's do it. That's one round. In standard tempo, something like this. right, so there you have it, the strumming, both the melody and strumming, and that's what's going on when you need to handle Chaque seconde, every second by Pierre Garnier. All right, so a new artist here. If you're a fan of him or Garnier guitar, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I appreciate that a lot. Until next time, guys, play tuned.